Hi, so I was given topic A, and I believe that Paris would want to cater to both tourists as well as locals based on the concept of price discrimination. And so, price discrimination outlines the fact that you set the price of your product in accordance to the willingness of the buyer to pay for that product. And so, specifically, the third degree of this concept focuses on categorizing people into groups and then charging those groups in accordance to what that group as a whole would generally be willing to pay for that product. And so, in this example, a tourist would be willing to pay much more for a product than a local for the same product. And the reason for that is because a tourist would offer inelastic demand versus a local would offer elastic demand. And so a tourist offers inelastic demand because they are not as easily able to leave the market because the products in Paris offer uniqueness to them and they can't just wait around or have the luxury of finding this product somewhere else versus a local could wait for deals, they could wait for off seasons at a different time of the year to buy the same product, or they could just go to a different store and buy that product. Versus a tourist has a lot less of that luxury of being able to find that product somewhere else for a cheaper cost at a different time of the year where they may not visit back to that country as well or to Paris at all. So they may not get that opportunity. It's a once in a lifetime experience and offers a uniqueness to Paris, which is why it makes it an uncompetitive market because they don't have a lot of other places that can offer the type of uniqueness that Paris is offering to these people, which allows them to do price discrimination quite efficiently. And so, based on this, they're also the price setters in this market. So, they're setting the prices, and the price takers would be the buyers, which would be the locals as well as the tourists. And so, what happens with the locals and tourists is that when you end up not only catering for the tourists, but you also end up catering for the locals, you end up having a much larger consumer pool, which reduces deadweight loss and increases total surplus, which total surplus increasing in this case increases producer surplus, which just means profit. So the businesses make more money by having a larger consumer base, and you increase deadweight loss or the profits that are lost to the business. And so that's why it's more profitable for them. So a direct example of this for me is that when I visit Pakistan, I try to only speak the local language Urdu. And the reason for that is because if I've noticed if I speak the local language, I get charged local prices, which are much lower. If I speak English and they notice I'm a foreigner, they'll charge me foreign prices and I end up paying much more for that product. So this has actually worked in real life examples and settings. So that's why it's very important for businesses to cater to both because they end up getting a much wider profit margin by reducing deadweight loss, by keeping the value to the buyer above marginal cost, by charging them what they're willing to pay for each category. Thanks.